Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have an update on the passenger who disappeared on the Ruby Princess docked in San Francisco. Have you ever wanted to just be able to go on any cruise at any time all year long? Well, we have our first ever year-long pass from a major cruise line company out there. We have a new ship coming to Orlando. We have a new ship coming to the Ocean Fleet with Viking. And we have Carnival actually saying no to helping passengers do something. You can't really blame them. So first off, we have the update. Unfortunately, the rescue attempts by the Coast Guard and the search for the missing 72-year-old man who disappeared from the Ruby Princess was discovered, when they docked back in San Francisco, that he wasn't getting off the ship. They searched the ship thoroughly, and now, unfortunately, the whole search and rescue by the Coast Guard has been suspended until there's any other signs that perhaps there's a chance. And they are checking with other ships and tour boats, etc., that might have been in the area, cargo ships, and checking and see if anybody has seen anything or heard anything or picked somebody up, but nothing is reported so far. Again, condolences to the friends and family of this gentleman. No idea what happened right now. They don't even appear to have closed-circuit TV footage of anything happening, so it's a very big mystery right now on the Ruby Princess. Coming into service, we have the Celebrity Equinox will now be sailing out of Port Canaveral. We just had the Caribbean Princess go there. Now the Equinox is there. So new ships starting to sail out of Port Canaveral for the first time ever. Gives us more choice for more ports. We don't all have to squeeze into Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Sometimes we can squeeze into Orlando now and get onto a cruise ship there with our favorite cruise lines going forward. Speaking of favorite cruise lines, many people love the luxury line Viking, both on the river and on the ocean. Their ocean fleets are often voted top, executive cruise ships, 5-star cruise ships year after year after year. And now they've just received in Italy, and with some ceremony and everything, the Vela. We have the Vela is their newest ship. It's actually their largest ship. It holds just under 1,000 passengers at 998, while the average of the other ships of that rough size come in at 930. Well, did they just squeeze in more cabins? No, the ship is actually larger as well. It's 54,000 gross tons compared to 48,000 gross tons of the other ship. So it's not like they squeeze more cabins into. They still have spacious executive suites on that ship, and a lot of people are pretty darn excited about that happening as well. Now, have you ever wanted to have just, one fee, and now I can go on any cruise I want? Well, finally, a major cruise line is coming out. You don't have to book the cruises that are 3-year residence cruises and go through all that, because those are still kind of new, right? We're still just building into that system and seeing how they work. And there's been complications on every one of them that have tried to start up. Well, we have Virgin Cruise Line is now offering a year-long pass. Sail on any ship, anytime, as long as there's a cabin available. You will get a balcony cabin, you get laundry services, etc. There are some perks with going on this as well. You can go on the Brilliance. You can go on the Scarlet Lady. You can go on any of their ships on any itinerary, which means on Monday, you could be in Australia, and then the following Wednesday, you might fly off to the Caribbean or fly off to another Europe and visit different destinations. So you're not always on the same ship with the same vibe and the same shows and the same people around you. You can swap it up. Or you can do like 20 cruises in a row on the same ship if you're liking the itinerary. And all for the low, low cost of $120,000. I know there are many world cruises, like around 111 days, that are in that price range as well for a couple easily on some cruises. Well, having one that you can go to on the major cruise lines with more ship options and being able to jump around, of course you'd have to pay for your flights, etc. And there's still things you would be buying along the way, your Wi-Fi, your internet perhaps. Specialty, well, there's no specialty dining really on Virgin Cruise Line. So you got people servicing you all year long, doing your room, etc. Now, I imagine you could probably contact them if you wanted to stay in one of their Rockstar suites for a year, but the availability of those suites might be limited when you're trying to book them, but I'm sure they would probably be able to quote you a price if you wanted to do that as well. But I guarantee you it's a lot more than $120,000. But this is really the first time that a cruise line, major cruise line, is offering the year pass without some restrictions. There have been passes in the past that said, oh, you can do it for this much, but you can't book back-to-back cruises. Well, that means you're only sailing half the time and you have to get off the ship and find a place to stay. Here, you can just jump from ship to ship, which is a pretty exciting little thing. Now, next we also have Carnival is actually saying no to some passengers. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the new ships coming online, where they're sailing from, the things you're not allowed to do, the things you are allowed to do, things that might save you money and make your cruise just a little bit easier. I hope you'll join us here. Maybe even save you a little money down the road on your next cruise. Try and do it as entertaining as possible and keep you mostly informed about your upcoming cruises and anything going on in the cruise industry. Hope you'll join us. I really do appreciate it. All right, let's talk about Carnival. John Hill got his first request so far of the season, and normally he gets this all the time. So he's trying to nip it in the butt, if you will. He'll stop it before he gets inundated with all these requests. And it's kind of a Christmas request. It happens this time of year all the time because of the shelf on the elf. The elf on the shelf, where if you don't know what it is, it's the elf you can hide on a shelf, you can hide it around the room, and it's supposed to be keeping an eye on your children and seeing if they're naughty or nice, but they also have a mischievous side, where sometimes they're doing naughty things themselves, like perhaps, cutting the hair off of a Barbie doll or another doll, doing mischievous things like that. People like to fool around and have fun, and it's entertaining. The children are entertained by it as well because you hide it in different locations on the house. Well, John's got a request from a family. He said, we are leaving a week from Saturday on a 7-night cruise on the blank. Can you arrange for the cabin attendant to put Snickerdoodle is the name of their elf on the shelf, they've had it for about 6 years, in funny places in the room and do crazy stuff each night. We have an early dinner, so this will need to be done before 10 p.m. at the very latest. Can the captain also get involved as well? The boys would find it unbelievable if Snickerdoodle could be filmed driving the ship. My husband will bring it to the captain on the bridge of the ship. We'll do it for you. You don't have to come and get it. We'll deliver it to you. They would think this is awesome. What details do you need from me, John? Okay. I appreciate the enthusiasm and everything and trying to get this involved into the whole family tradition and everything. I get that. But to ask John to intervene and get the cabin steward to find different things to do all the time in the cabin while they're busy as it is, it's a little different. It's not like they're staying in a suite category with a butler, and the butler would probably do these kind of things for you. But the cabin stewards are super busy and don't have a lot of time. And that would mean they would have to come in at a certain time when you go to dinner afterwards, even though your room might be already clean and done and everything, and now just walk in just to find a place to hide for the Snickerdoodle. And then to get the captain, special arrangements to be brought up to the bridge and filming in the bridge is usually not allowed to begin with. You can often take pictures, but often video you can't. But yeah, it might be just a step too far. John said, we really do appreciate all the asking, but let me just say no. He's saying, no, we can't do this. And again, yes, the cabin stewards are very hardworking and very busy. Now, if you went to the cabin steward when you got on board, pulled them aside and said, you know what, we're here on 7 days, here's an extra $70. Could you do this for us? Right? Then chances are the cabin stewards are going to go, oh, you know what? For an extra $10 a day, I will do that, right? In cash and etc. Or even just talk to them on board and say, you know, you'll make it worth their while in the tip at the end. Give something back to the steward to make it worth him or her going through all these things. But yeah, can you imagine, like, I imagine John Heald would get about 300 to 400 messages like this time of season, and they just can't accommodate everybody. So he's just saying no. Bah humbug, John. Bah humbug. Why can't you accommodate all these different traditions that everyone likes to do? It must be a little bit of a nightmare. I agree. Well, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Would you think that the cruise line should do this? Or do you think, hey, maybe just talk to the steward while you're there, give them a little extra and see if they're willing to do it that way? Or hey, wait till the kids are out of the room and hide it yourself. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.